Do you have big ideas for your yard, dreams about what you want to create and grow for your family? In this video, I'm going to share 3 steps you can take today that will lead you down that path to garden success in the season ahead. These steps work even when life is crazy, especially when life is crazy. Hi, I'm Amy Landers with GardensThatMatter.com, where we believe your garden is the key to better food, a better life, and a better planet. After more than 15 years of gardening, I know how it feels to go from the excitement of a new season, the possibilities, all the seed catalogs, my big box of seed packs, to have that feeling go to overwhelm or disappointment. Things just didn't turn out the way I'd envisioned them. Maybe 25 tomato plants, it was too many for our family. We got the garlic in late and it just didn't make. Things came up with the kids and we didn't get the garden weeded at a key time. The weeds got ahead of us. Those feelings of overwhelm or disappointment can be really frustrating as a gardener. And that's why I want to share this 3-step process. It comes from lesson 1 of Start Your First Garden. That's our 10-day class designed just for beginners. If you're interested in hearing more about it, we'll include a link with this video. But whether this is your very first garden or your 40th garden, congratulations. This process is one you can use to help achieve that vision that you have for your yard and garden. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share my best tactical tip, the kind of daily tip that helps me keep moving towards my vision, towards what we want to do in our own garden and in our own life. Let's jump in with step 1. Start with why. Grab a piece of paper and a pen, or if you would like, we have a printable worksheet at GardensThatMatter.com/goal. Get that paper and then you're going to write at the top, I want to garden because fill in the blank. So I might say, I want to garden because I want to grow blueberries. But don't stop there. Ask yourself why again. Why does that first reason matter to you? So why do I want to grow blueberries? Because blueberries are perennials, they're awesome, and my kids love to eat them. And then you're going to channel that inner child and ask yourself, why?
Why? Why? Why?
Several more times, 5, 6, 7 more times. Really dig down into your why. We want to get to that core purpose, the cause, the passion, the thing that is motivating you to want to grow things in your yard. Want to start a new garden, want to expand a current garden. What is the motivation, right? So in my example, we can do, why does it matter that my kids love blueberries? Oh, well, I want my kids to enjoy spending time in the garden. So since I know they love blueberries, if I plant them, I know they'll be out there. And why does that matter? Well, I think if they're in the garden, they're more likely, I know this, they're more likely to eat the food that they grow, right? I've seen it happen. And I want them to eat fresh, healthy food. And why does that matter to me? You can see how you can get deeper and deeper. I want them to eat fresh, healthy food because then they'll be healthy and they'll have healthy habits as they grow up. So what is your why? You may have one that's similar, but you may have one that's very different. It might be related to saving money and resources. It might be related to spending time with your family or in nature, or just having some nice alone time, eating healthy yourself. It might even be something like having the best looking yard in the neighborhood. But whatever your why is, go with it. Dig into it and understand it, because this is going to help you in a couple of ways. Getting clear on why, first of all, helps you when you have limited resources, right? We all have a limited amount of time, money, energy to spend in the garden. And so knowing that why helps us spend those resources wisely. The second way it can help you is when you have to make decisions about your garden. If you have a decision to make and you have that why as your guide, it makes it easier. You need to choose between the regular, traditional, kind of old standard green cabbage and the frilly cabbage or the purple cabbage. Well, if your why is related to growing lots of food and like food production, you're probably going to go with the old standard, the one you know does well in your soil, right? But if you are growing more for experiential reasons, trying to get your kids curious about the garden, or decorative purposes, you might go for frilly or purple to try some different things. Or maybe you decide to grow all 3. As long as you're using your why as a guide, that decision is going to be a good one. You're going to be happy with that. Step 2, set your number 1 goal for this season. what is the outcome that you're looking for? If nothing else happened in your garden, what would be the thing that would make you so happy with how the season went? On that paper, brainstorm all the things you want to do, because I bet you have more than one goal for your garden. Usually I do. Usually I choose a few too many, right? But you're going to really just get them all down on paper. And then go through and you're going to keep some of them. You're going to cross some of them out. Say, that's not going to be one of my goals this year. And you may combine some of them. And then you're going to start to really narrow it down. Maybe get to the top 3 to 5. These are the ones you're really going to focus on. But pick that number one goal. That is going to be your priority. When you are super clear about that priority, it gives you a focus. It lets you really get some momentum moving towards that goal. Now, once you've decided on that number one goal, make sure it's a SMART goal. Have you heard about SMART goals? Stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART. When a goal is specific and measurable, you're going to be able to say at the end of the season, did I hit my goal or did I not? How close did I get, right? If you just set a goal that's something like, I want to create a beautiful garden, that's more of an aspiration, right? You had a few beautiful plants, but maybe the whole thing wasn't as beautiful as you wanted. So be more specific. For example, my number one goal for the coming year is to establish 3 perennial growing areas, 3 beds of perennials, plants that come back year after year. And we're going to design those around blueberries, ding ding, and passion vine and hardy kiwi. And so we already have some of these plants already. We're going to really just design these beds around them. Come the end of the season, I'll be able to look and see, do I have these areas or do I not, right? They're specific and they're measurable. Attainable simply means something that is possible. You don't want such a big goal that it becomes discouraging. You want something that you know you can reach. You may have to stretch, you may have to work really hard to reach it, but go for an attainable goal. Relevant simply means, is this goal related to the area you're working on? In this case, we're talking about gardening, setting a garden goal, good to go there. And then time bound. Our gardens have natural bounds for time, right? The seasons, spring, summer, fall. You could set a goal based on a literal season, or you could do the whole growing season, the whole year, and set your goal based on that. Step 3, choose your next action. What step could you take today or this week to help move you towards your number one goal? With that number one goal in mind, you're simply going to identify the very next step. And sometimes you might be able to work a few steps out, right? Have them kind of mapped out what you're going to do next. It can be small steps. Things like, I need to research where I can buy a female hardy kiwi. I need one more kiwi plant, and so where can I buy that locally? I might be doing research about which type of blueberries bloom the latest so that I can kind of extend our harvest. So research is definitely one. Ordering is one. As you move into the growing season, these steps are going to be taking place outside, but it might be planting or tending or harvesting based on what that goal is. Now let me share that tip I mentioned at the beginning. How do you execute this in a way that really means that week in and week out you're making progress towards your goal? Put this into your calendar or into your to-do list. However you manage your list of things you need to get done today or this week, make sure this garden next action is in that list. This might literally look like blocking time on your calendar, a little garden date for you and your garden. Time for you to work on these next actions to help you move towards this goal. Scheduling this will help you make time for the garden and the goal and the why that you've decided really matter in your own life. Now we are here to help you grow your garden, so come on over to gardensthatmatter.com/goal and tell us, what do you have planned for this season? What's your number one goal? You also can tell us about your biggest challenge. Your feedback helps us shape the videos and classes and tutorials that we create. While you're on the website, you can subscribe for our email updates, or of course you can subscribe here on YouTube. Let us know what you think with a like or a comment down below. You can tell me about your goal down there as well. I would love to hear from you. Until I see you again, happy gardening!